All right, 1.5, two-step equations. The first thing that you need to notice in the directions, it tells us which ones to undo first. And so a two-step equation has two operations. And to solve the two-step equations, we're using inverse operations, just like we did on one step. But first, you need to undo addition and subtraction. Second, you need to undo any multiplication or division. Every time. Addition and subtraction have to be undone first, and then the multiplication and division can be undone. So if I look at my equation, I see two things are being done to C. It's being subtracted by 13, and it's being divided by 2. So what's the opposite of subtracting 13? We need to undo that addition and subtraction first. We still have C divided by 2 equals 7 plus 13. All right, we undid the addition and subtraction first, and now we're moving on to undoing the multiplying and dividing. What's the opposite of dividing 2? We're going to multiply by 2, multiply by 2. If I make my 2 a fraction, which also happens to be the reciprocal, I'm going to cancel those 2's. And then we have 20 times 2. All right, when we check, we write down the original. And now we're checking to see if our C value is correct. We're substituting in the C value. Substitution. So we get 40. Whoop, that's supposed to be a 2. Okay, so now I need to simplify. So I know I'm leaving this side. I'm trying to find out if everything that simplifies down to a 7. That's what I'm checking right now. So I start simplifying over here. Let's start with 40 divided by 2. What's half of 40? 20. And then I do the last step, 20 subtracting 13. 20 minus 13 is 7. Okay, the next two-step equation is actually a multi-step equation because there's not just two things being done here. So it's getting a little bit more complicated, as it will as we move on. It's going to keep getting more complicated. So I do like to draw that line. I want to see exactly where both sides of the equation is. If I look on the right, it's just a 29. Nothing I can do there right now. What about on the left? Do we have anything? We've been working on combining like terms for this reason right here, Bree. What do? What's a like term? 7y and what? Exactly. The negative sign has to stay with it. That 2y is negative. So we put a box around it, and that shows me that I can combine those two together. 7y minus 2y equals. Now that I have combined like terms, it's simplified down to a two-step equation. There are two things being done to y now. It's being added by 4 and multiplied by 5. That's why it's called a two-step equation, because two things are being done. What would be the first thing, Lorelai, that we would undo? Do we undo multiplying or adding first? Very good. So what is the opposite of an adding 4? Very good. Subtracting 4 from both sides. Canceling 4 and negative 4. And we have 5y equals 29 minus 4. Now we're down to a one-step equation. That's what we've been working on this whole time. One step, finish it. It's just a one-step equation. Ask yourself, what's being done to the variable? How do I undo it? It's being multiplied by 5, so how do I undo it? Divide by 5, divide by 5. And we get y equals 25 divided by 5. We have 7y, subtract 2y, plus 4 equals 29. There's the original. How many times am I substituting in y equals 5, Aries? How many times do you think I'm going to be substituting in y equals 5? Just once? Where? Which one? This one? I'm not going to substitute it in anywhere else? Exactly. This time I have to substitute it into all the y's that are there. So I know it's 7 times y minus 2 times y. Multiplying is going on between those. Plus 4 equals 29. I'm using parentheses to hold that multiplication. 7 times 5 and negative 2 times 5. That is the y value that we are substituting in for. And then I simplify. Simplifying this side to see if I get 29. What is 7 times 5? And then what's the next part say I'm going to do? Negative 2 times 5 is? And then I still have a plus 4 to write down, equals 29. Now I start here. 35 minus 10. And then I finish it. 25 plus 4. Does that equal 29? Yes, it does. Okay, get out your 1.5 worksheet and I will do some problems with you.